Hello everyone, Dana from DePIN Hub here, and today we're interviewing Dabba, a project actually redefining the ways that you deploy internet connectivity initially in India, maybe later around the world, right? Thanks so much for being here. We're in Influence event in Dubai during DePIN Day, and yeah, let's start you introducing briefly the project. How did you guys get started? Where you are right now?
Absolutely. Thanks for having me today. And Dabba is building a decentralized Wi-Fi network. Think of us for internet connectivity access being built into emerging markets. Our philosophy is pretty straightforward, right? There is a lot of demand that exists in emerging markets. Unfortunately, due to the capital constraints, people are unable to afford fixed broadband services for their homes and offices. Essentially, what we are trying to solve for is bringing connectivity to these underserved populations by bringing the infrastructure that is required, the management layer that is required to run these infrastructure, and of course, the entire customer service part of it, right? So if you look at the business itself, it's a tool-driven marketplace. You have a supply side wherein people are buying world over this infrastructure by paying a fiat amount to us. And this is then getting deployed into India market where people are able to get cheaper, faster internet access. That's what we do.
What is the main challenge that countries like India have in terms of connectivity? I remember I was there a few years ago, and most people just had internet on their phones, right? Didn't have a broadband access at the house, for example.
India as a population has skipped, adoption of technology. So if you look at when we had, mobile phones come in, adoption happened, right? People did not have laptops or tablets. It directly jumped onto the mobile phone. So as a matter of fact, the telcos were focused all this while to service the mobility demand. So if you look at the mobility markets, India is one of the most saturated market. We have more than close to around 900 million SIM cards that are active, all on prepaid. 99% of the market is on prepaid. When it comes to broadband, it was the same experience. People did not realize that there will be a time when they'll have smart TVs in home, they'll have smart washing machines, they'll have a, their kids will go to school and would need internet access for their laptops and tablets, right? That generation that skipped that adoption of fixed broadband is now realizing that they need internet access for their homes as well. That is where we have this clear demand that is picking up, where India has less than 40 million broadband connections versus something like China, which has 650 million broadband connection. So if we were to fulfill this demand, a lot of infrastructure on ground needs to be built. Telcos are not looking that as a market because they are busy solving for their mobility issues, and they don't see the kind of ROI justifying their investment into the fixed broadband market. DePIN, on the other hand, the principles of DePIN can be utilized by decentralizing. Capital formation can happen effectively, and a lot of tier 2, tier 3 markets can get internet access at a cheaper price.
And how is Dabba actually solving this problem then? Because I know you guys have devices. What is the business model behind Dabba and also the devices that you guys deployed?
It's pretty simple, straightforward, right? We ourselves are an ISP on record. We are an internet service provider who's essentially building this marketplace where we have the supply side, who are the hotspot buyers who are buying from anywhere across the world, are buying this infrastructure. On this marketplace, we have somebody called LCO, the local cable operator, who's essentially deploying and managing these routers on ground at a paying customer's home and office. We, as a marketplace, are matching the supply and demand side where people are buying and we are getting the demand. We are fulfilling that internet connection and making this customer and the provider getting matched up. And that's how Dabba comes in play, where we have tokenized this entire economics, where all the participants of the network are getting incentivized using the token. The fiat revenue that flows into the system is used to buy back and burn the token. Value gets accrued to the token. And essentially, people are getting their money back on the investments.
And can we talk a little bit about the technology of, I remember you have laser connectivity between places. I mean, as an engineer, as a nerd, lasers, right? What else do you want to talk about?
No, absolutely. So Dabba started back in 2017. We have pretty much been a hardware and software company. At core, we are an engineering firm that wants to make the kind of hardware which lowers the deployment cost, which brings the advancement to the whole deployment technology and makes life easy for our LCO partners. So at core, at heart, we are an engineering firm trying to solve for engineering challenges. Laser is one of such product that we use for solving the middle mile distribution of internet. So if you look at the distribution of internet, you have to dug a lot of trenches, to underground fiber. You have to manage the right of access. You have to have the permissions. You have to have a lot of wheels coming together to make this thing move, right? So laser is an attempt to solve for those problems where you have a lot of time, money, and energy spent in order to bring fiber to your home. Laser is a point-to-point device, similar capabilities of what physical fiber does. This is on the air. The light waves, the wavelengths are traveling wirelessly from point A to point B, giving you the kind of same low latency network, high speed throughput, and unlimited bandwidth availability at any times. So laser is one such project that solves for this point-to-point connectivity in our business model.
So you guys have, let's say, one building that has fiber connectivity. It goes over the building, you distribute the internet. On top of the building, you have like a laser emitter that the next building can receive, right?
This is the source for the next building. So this laser will give the throughput out, bandwidth will flow to the next building. That on top, it'll be a receiver device that will now connect the power to the next building. There is a switch that will manage the bandwidth over there and throw to the next building. So this grid is getting formed as we scale the networks.
How far did you guys manage to reach, at least in theory or like in practice?
We have already in labs, we have been able to cross 2.5 kilometers. We are now working towards a 5-kilometer link.
Wow.
And very soon we should have a 10-kilometer link. The good part of the device that you're building is these are auto-aligning devices. You don't need somebody to manually align, which has been the biggest pain point from some of the competitors that are working in this space. The price point that we are trying to manufacture these is going to be 100th of any other competitor in the market. So we're trying to really produce this product as a mass market product at a seemingly very easy product to self-install in less than 10 minutes.
That's amazing. And so right now you guys are focused mostly on deploying the infrastructure in India. How can people around the world like help build this network and be part of the change?
I think the opportunity for people with world over exists in participating on the supply side. So if you look at a lot of the challenges in Europe, emerging market is capital formation, where people are willing to pay on a daily basis, people are willing to pay on a prepaid basis, but don't have the kind of money required to, for the initial installation cost. So people world over can essentially come where the people have disposable income, come participate in projects like ours, where they are helping form the capital, use that capital to subsidize the infrastructure cost. The emerging market people are getting internet access and a lot of other, access to other projects and, technology. And that the value that gets accrued comes back in the form of the token appreciation and people are able to make them money back.
So for example, let's say I live in Portugal. I really like what you guys are doing. I want to be part of the project. So I can invest in this project in Central. Is it buying tokens? Is it buying an NFT? How can I actually help?
So absolutely. So this guy can pretty much come on Dabba.com, buy our hardware for $199, and he gets a NFT minted for him. That would essentially give him the token rights for that particular hotspot for the next 7 years. Once they are deployed, they are getting on, and every EPOM basis, they are getting tokens. Our payback is roughly around 4 months right now. I shouldn't be talking about that, but that's where people are able to break even. If you look at the kind of, the life cycle of the token, we have designed it to last for more than 25 years. The supply side of the token, the value gets accrued into the token by burning the real revenue that comes in from the usage of the network. People are paying us real revenue. That money is used to buy back the token, and people are able to get their token value appreciated.
And it's so cool that this is actually allowing a lot of people to have like internet at home for the TVs, for the smart devices. And especially for the kids, like you mentioned, I think that's very interesting and can actually help a lot the development around those communities, right? Because if you only have internet on your phone, then you're very limited.
Absolutely. It is becoming very critical for any household, any family to have internet access for their all devices. Having a centralized broadband connection not only reduces the kind of mobility bill that they have to pay for each devices, but also brings cheaper, faster, and reliable internet access. The device is capable of roaming, wherein as the network grows in a town, in a city, people don't need a mobility connection. They could pretty much live off the Wi-Fi connection because it has roaming built into the router itself. The kind of speeds you can expect on a Wi-Fi device, on a Wi-Fi 6 router that we deploy, it can't be matched on a mobility network anytime soon in India. So this is the future for sure.
That's exciting. And where can people know more about Dabba?
Absolutely. Just go to Dabba.com. That's where the entire B2B site runs on. If you want to be learning about the Dabba live stats, go to explorer.dabba.network.
Also, make sure to go deepinhub.io/project/Dabba. It's like a podcast we recorded. There's all the information, all the links there as well. Thanks so much. I think what you guys are building is extremely exciting, and I really want to be part of it.
Thank you for having me today.
Thanks, man.